Alright, Hood Tour Season 4, Episode 43. I know yesterday's episode is stupid short, because I went back because of the rain. I'm not trying to get sick. Now, hopefully you guys can understand that. Because it was sprinkling a little bit by the time, or it started sprinkling heavy by the time I got to Farland Park. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna get, a pair of pants and a sweatshirt on, which I do now. Then go back out, which I never did. Only because, alright, garage is good. Only because it was raining. I got home, it stopped, the sprinkling. And Dad wasn't outside, and I didn't want to leave the garage door open or have to close it and then reopen it and then close it again. That's how I think the fucking last spring broke. It was all the repeated opening, closing, opening, closing. I mean, but although the garage, that spring should have held up because you open the door to pull a vehicle out and it stays open long enough for you to pull out, then you close it right away. So it should have held up. But, that door's already been up for a while now. Good chunk of years. And then, which granted, stuff is just designed to, over time break. It's bound to happen. So I didn't want to go in, I could have had Dad stay out, like, hey, can you stay out for like 2 minutes or, 5 minutes or whatever, and I'm going to go change into pants and, get a pair of pants on and put my sweatshirt on. Like, yeah. Like, why, you get cold? I'm like, yeah, pretty good. But, but then by the time I was getting ready to ask Dad, because he had come out, it started raining. Heavier. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna bring the bike away, I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna go in and be done. And I just accepted defeat because I didn't get a vlog done. Hood Tour episode, it wasn't as long as I wanted it. Which today I'll have a little bit more time to film, so. Which I did run Dad's, I think I mentioned it in yesterday's episode, but if I didn't, I ran Dad's XRT, I love it. The only issue is right now I don't know where to put it. Because the dude that I messaged the one on that Dad sent me, because I told him, because the dude that I messaged that has an XRT that is selling that XRT that Dad sent me, I told him I'm gonna think about it, mainly because I gotta figure out where I gotta fucking put it. Because right now I can't put it anywhere. And with that being said, it's because I don't know where to put it. Because I could have I could move the X-Max, but then that thing is hanging so far out, it's going to be so top heavy then on whatever end I have hanging out, which is most likely going to be the rear because of the wheelie bar. you know, and yeah, I could go get another shelf to put it on, but then that means I gotta rip, you know, 3 fucking shelves off, and I gotta take 11 of the 14 RCs off to put the shelf on. And I have to have it big enough so I can have it lifted up off the wheels so I don't get flat spots in the wheels. But also have enough space for me to use my desk. Because I was talking with Dad because he had the because I was originally a 4 shelf system. And, you know, it came with the 4 shelves, the 4 poles, and then Dad bought the 2 corner shelves and the 4 short pegs to run those shelves. And he made, you know, because there's 2 corner shelves that Dad bought in addition with the, you know, because there's like a 4 shelf modular piece, you know, so it's just the 4 shelves and you can add to it if you wanted. And Dad bought the 2 shelves that go on the end so they work like a corner shelf. And then he made an entertainment center out of it. Dad's like, you want the entertainment center from downstairs, we're gonna move the, you know, this is like way back when we moved the 65-inch flat screen from in the living room downstairs. We took the entertainment center with it. And because we used to have it around the rear projection that we had downstairs, and then I took it apart to get it out, you know, because of Dad, you know, when we put that TV down there, Dad's back was fine. And then now with Dad having his back problems, he's got a herniated disc. You know, so if he moves it the wrong, twists it the wrong way, or picks up something wrong or whatever, it's gonna be sore. So then I was like, yeah, I'll take it apart. You know, I gutted everything out of it, and you know, all of it was mostly plastic. So he just, I think he brought it to work and tossed it and see if it was okay if you could toss it in the dumpster. And so we got rid of all the plastic and all. And there's some steel in there and aluminum that we got money for. Ugh. Yeah, that's what happens. I hook that kickstand. You know, so then we just scrapped out what we could, and you know, screws and wiring and Which, yeah, screws ain't gonna bring you much. I mean, yeah, they're gonna bring you something if you have enough, but sweet, nobody's here. Early morning is cool. So we got rid of it, and Dad's like, you want the entertainment center? No, because we had the entertainment center down there for a while, because we had a flat, you know, when flat screens started becoming the thing, you know, when like the OG flat screens, but still had all the shit in the back of the TV. I'm old enough to see, you know, remember how big TVs used to be, you know, tube TVs and all that. Because those were still a thing in the early 2000s when I was growing up. Yet, you know, kids nowadays are gonna grow up with flat screens and iPads and whatever. So they ain't gonna see what those TVs were like, or won't ever know what those TVs were like. So then Dad had a, you know, a flat screen, but it still had all the shit on the back of the TV yet. You know, way back when the TVs were still big.